Greetings everyone and welcome to Outlaws of Thunder Junction. I might just start with the Archangel of Tithes. It's of course a very good card, but the triple white mana cost um, makes it a little bit challenging to cast, but you have to play at least, I don't know, 10 plus ways to generate white mana or fetch lands that can produce white mana. Anyway, at pack 1 pick 1 situation, it's an easy pick because I can prioritize white mana early in the draft. Assuming white will be open, of course, I have to abandon white if it's not going to be passed to me. This pack is rather weak, I guess. Fierce Retribution is okay. Vault Plunderer is okay. There are some role players here, but it's an easy Mythic Rare first pick because there's not really much going on in that pack. And then I'm getting something a lot better. There are two very nice black cards. The Consuming Ashes is good removal, and removal is, important in this set. There have been sets where 4 mana removal isn't that great, but in this set it's quite important because the games go long often, and then there are those big creatures, not to mention all the bombs that are important to remove. So this is a nice card in this set. Hollow Marauder is good. Shepherd of the Clouds is nice, and the Skewer is nice, and of course the Naturalist is good. And I would take the Shepherd if there wasn't the Wily Duke. This is a really good card advantage machine, and if I'm very lucky I can be green-white, but I'm gonna pick this despite it kind of pulling me to two colors. But this is, with a few mounts you can just get a card advantage machine out of this thing, and it's really fantastic. Now, a couple of mystical tethers here, also a Drover Grizzly here. There's no reason to deviate from what I've been drafting here, so let's take the mystical tether and hope that green-white would be open. Thoughtseize. A lot of these mythics going around. I'm not taking it though. Satoru is nice. Combines well with some of the cards in the set, of course, the plot creatures, but also the black trick that, makes a creature enter from the graveyard if it died that turn. That will also draw a card from Satoru. But here it's an easy pick. Drover Grizzly. I'd try to make the Wily Duke work, and I'll pick this green card. Another mythic rare, but also very, very good card for my deck. Trained Earrings, one of the better 2-drops in the entire set, and I'm really interested in having mounts thanks to Wily Duke. I'm just thinking that imagine if I took all the mythic rares just to redraft them, I would have been at 120 gems already in this draft. It's a easy way to get a lot of extra gems when you have completed the set. Alright, let's do this. I haven't completed the set while I'm recording this, but I will be completing it anyway. Alright, here the best card in the pack is the Summoner, and I guess I could take it because it's possible I'm not gonna have to move to red-white, and this would be a fine pickup. There are many ways to enhance creature's power if you don't naturally have a 4-power creature. But the Requisition Raid is a very acceptable sideboard card as well if I'm gonna stick to green-white. If this wasn't here, it would be an easy summoner just to keep my options open. I think it might still be the better pick. I might miss not having this in the sideboard, but it's possible green won't be open, and red will be very open, and of course in that case I would be missing the summoner quite a bit. Wanted Griffin versus Ankle Biter. I'm not going to even consider the Mine Raider here. Guess I'm taking the white card because it seems I will be playing white anyway. So I'll take the white card there, and now there's no green. There is a good white card, but there's also a 2-drop from red. And of course, this deck will be interested in 2-drops. Whether it's green-white or red-white. I think it's time to take the red 2-drop. It seems like the green is really... I mean, I haven't gotten past any great green lately in this pack, so there's no reason to struggle trying to make it work. It's still possible I'm getting like a good green cards in the next pack, but here I'm just taking Of course, the holy cow. Now I have the option to be red and white, and I got the skewer the critics pretty late. I'm gonna take it over the security easily. And here I have a reckless lucky. I think I like the Ruckus in this deck. Also, it does make the summoner a 4/4 menace creature triggering itself, so that's nice. And okay, Outlaw Medic, it's not the greatest pick in red-white, but you know, maybe I consider it. The Lizard won't be great. Here, alright. Okay, this is actually an easy pick because there's nothing from for the red-white deck. I mean, literally, the Armadillo and the Rodeo Pyromancers, they are nothing because they wouldn't be good cards to run. Conduit Pylons might be the pick for that, but I'm taking the Miriam here for sure. If I don't need that many good green additional cards to just force green-white, because with Miriam and Wily Duke and with a few mounts, it's already going to be a pretty good deck. But let's see how it goes. I still have the option to be red-white. Nothing in red here that I care about. I think I'll just take the Mystical Tether. Felpa Mighty it's a little bit unreliable. I don't like it. This is a reliable removal. There's also a Drover Grizzly, but I'm still taking the removal over that one. And see what I'm getting past. There's a Trained Arix. Okay. There's not really green here, only the Rise of the Warmints, but there's Hell to Pay, Collective Defiance, Scorching Shot, Prickly Pear. I'm not actually a big fan of Hell to Pay. You have to overpay a lot to get the treasures, and then do you even have uses for the treasures? But I would like the Scorching Shot and the Collective Defiance over the Hell to Pay. But I assume based on this pack I will be red-white, but I still take the Arings here. I like it as a very good 2-drop, and I'm passing all these reds, so I think I'm gonna get one of them back at pick number 11. Maybe there's at least a chance. There's also a basic mountain though. I don't know. I'm taking the Arings. It's just a very nice 2-drop, and in theory I could still be green-white, and the Arings will work with that. Well, there's a Prairie Dog. There's also a Thunder Salvo and the Gila Causer. Yeah. Should I just take the dog and kind of keep it? Maybe I open something great green from pack 3. I'm taking the dog. It is a fine card regardless. And I'm pretty sure I will be green-white, but... I mean, sorry, red-white, but I'm passing those red cards for now. Here, though, I don't like the Serif of the Safe Passage at all. I haven't ever had any good experience from the card when I have tried it. I don't know, there's really not that much token making to really make this work. But now the question is the bluffs versus the requisition rate. I already passed one of these, but I think the bluffs is just gonna be good mana fixing. I wanna have the mana fixing if I'm red-white, which I assume I will be drafting. Duelist roundup. Yeah, 40 gems is an option, but I'm taking the duelist here. It's a fine way to keep dealing damage. Alright, and now all of a sudden a Rambling Possum here versus Thunder Salvo. Oh man, this is like only 4 green cards if I take these. But there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red cards. Okay, let's take the Possum. Because I got the Miriam. This is a really good, mount. I didn't expect to see one at pick 7. It's a weird draft. Why did I get a random green card? Maybe that pack was just really strong. Alright, let's take the trick shot. Reach for the sky. Well, this is the weak pack I opened. I'm actually happy to have this card here. The Deputy, not important. Reach for the sky is gonna work, and I think I might force the green-white now. I have the same number of green as I have black in here. I mean, green as red, I mean. Yeah, I'll just take a random uncommon here. Okay, so funny. Should I take the Rise of the Varmints? I don't like it. I'm taking the Scorching Shot. It's possible I also open like a red bomb rare. Oh, Full Steam Ahead actually would be decent for green-white, I would say. Even though the Thunder Salvo would be okay for red-white, but... I might run out of playables, so I'm gonna take this, but it's gonna go to sideboard, and I will only play it if I have to. Oko the Ringleader, another Fell the Mighty. Mystical Tether. Okay, the green cards I don't particularly care about. I don't think I'm gonna splash for this. I have no means to fix for blue, so I think the Mystical Tether is just going to be the pick. Yeah, that's that. It's a good removal spell. Severed, Bandit. Alright, well, I'm not taking a red card now. I'm pretty sure I will just cut. Let's just try this. Cut the red cards. And this is total of 16 for green and white. I think it's gonna work. Okay, so Severed of the Clouds is of course good. I might want to have a 2-drop, but I have 2 drops. I don't need it. Alright, this is good. Of course, when I have a bunch of mounts too, this could really be a tempo, not only card, but also tempo advantage. Alright, let's take it. And oh, it's kind of unimpressive pack, but the commando will be fine. There's a pylons too. I'm not gonna be red here. I'm gonna be green-white. I have made up my mind. I have this if I need a random playable. So, let's take the commando for now. Lassoed by Law. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the pick. This is a good one, but I do like the removal slightly more. I have a lot of this enchantment-based removal, but I mean like 3. Okay, let's take it. Here's like 5 non-creatures. Yeah, okay. Let's take the lasso thing. Okay, insane. Hellspur Posse Boss pick 5. Yeah, red is not very often drafted in this set. It's not that. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick it because I just cannot. I just cannot do that. I cannot move to red anymore. I'll take the commando. Yeah, Eartha Joe. This could have been a rather good red-white deck too. But I mean this is too late to move back to red. The Holy Cow is good. I'm just a little bit concerned I have a lot of 3s, but maybe I don't because these commandos are also 4s. So let's take the Holy Cow here. Don't think it's gonna be a Tumbleweed Rising deck, but it could be one that uses the single copy of a Gold Rush. I do have a couple of commandos. There's a Grizzly. I have some means to make it like a... Well, I'm still taking the trick here. I don't think it's really that great deck for the Tumbleweed Rising. I think I might take the Medic here. Creatures 15. The Rampage is not that great. I don't need a 3-drop. I'm taking this if I need to play multiple. I mean, if I need to sideboard into 2-drops. I don't know if I'm gonna actually, start with 2 of these guys main. Let's take the Watermint. Alright, I got a Keykeeper. That's a nice one. This deck would play Steer Clear too, but I like Tapper. Like the Tapper quite a lot. It functions as a 2-drop that can later in the game also, be like a removal spell. Here I can take this one and Lullaby. That's a sideboard card, I think. That's that. Hmm, 26 cards. I'm gonna cut one Medic. There's nothing in the sideboard I care about. And yes, this deck could splash for red, but there's not really that many splashable cards. I didn't even take the Eartha Joe. Plus, I have a triple white card, which I actually, to be honest, I did miss. Somehow, I forgot it. I don't know if I could have done any different drafting choices. I think one thing I might have done is to pick one of those 2-drop 1/2 artifact creatures, those scarecrows, that, fetch a land and put it on the top of the deck. Just to have like an extra white source in that way. I think I have to play 10-7 Yeah, that means I have... Okay, well, one thing that helps is the Gold Rush. This will create a treasure token, which can help with casting the Archangel triple white card. But I'm still playing 10-7. Can I afford to play... 17 lands. This mana curve is fairly low, but I suppose if I play the Supplier and the Shepherd and the Full Steam Ahead, that's actually quite a few 4-drops, and these things will often be 4-drops too. Yeah, I can easily play a 10-7 deck. Mana base, I mean. Right, but then I'm not actually sure about the cuts. I already cut one Outlaw Medic. This is gonna leave me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2-drops. I'm not going to cut any more of those. I think I can cut one commando here. How about the Reach for the Sky? I have 17 creatures. I think I can cut a creature. Should it be like a main deck Sterling Supplier that I don't need? I will play all the mounts. I have, what, 5 of them? 4 of them only? Yeah, a couple of Arynxes and only one Grizzly, and then the Wily Duke, of course. No, not Wily Duke, but the Rambling Possum. That matter for the Wily Duke and Miriam Herd Whisperer. Yeah, the mount count isn't a lot, but it is what it is. If the Archangel of Tides wasn't a triple caster, I could consider running just 16 lands, because I do have these scry effects too that can help me find lands when I need them. But also I guess I can bin lands. Well, not bin because it's scry nowadays so well, but I can move lands from the top of the deck to the bottom of the deck. So I guess it goes both ways. But yeah, one more card is needed. I do think I want to play 10-7 with the Archangel, and I want to play the Reach for the Sky. It's a trick that not many necessarily expect, and it's actually quite nice with these 2 power flyers, for instance. Suddenly you are attacking with 5 power in the air with 4 toughness. If you go turn 3 Holy Cow and this on turn 4. Alright. Yeah, not going to cut any of the 2s. I want to have a 2-drop. So the Sterling Supplier is what I'm thinking, and the Commando number 2. I'm gonna have the Sterling Supplier cut, and then I can like sideboard it in the kind of games where I can afford to play a 5 mana 3/4, and where flyers are like very important. I can see cutting against some slower decks. I can cut the Outlaw Medic here and play the Supplier instead. But I think this is the main deck. Yeah, I can put some bigger impact cards like the Supplier and the Commando. Cut some of these, like the Warmint and the Outlaw Medic. They can be cut in certain matchups for sure. But I don't want to, get run over against some of the curve out decks that this format still has. Right, 10 of these. Let's see the suggestion. Actually, it didn't agree with me. I think this is a mistake. The suggestion, I even have so many more white cards in the deck, but of course the triple caster being the most important reason to play at least 10 planes. Alright, that's that. Alright, not a great hand. I'm on the draw. There's no guarantee the full steam ahead or the Gold Rush is not gonna be, that they are gonna do much in this hand, so I'm going to go to 6 because the mana issues are there as well, and I'm playing 17 lands. Alright. So go to 5. This hand also has Gold Rush and Full Steam Ahead. If this had like 2 planes and the Arynx, this would be easy keep. But should I go to 5 or try my luck here? If I get, if in my top 3 cards I would have 2 lands, doesn't matter at what kind. This would be a fine keep. I think I'm not gonna go to 5. I'm gonna keep the 6, and I will not have the Full Steam Ahead in here. Well, that's not the worst draw if I get the second land. They start with 1 drop, 2 drop. Okay, this thing missed. If I get a land now, that would be great. Because this 1-3 would actually block both of these, and if they use removal on this, that's great as well. So let's hope I can find my... Okay, I did find it. And they are missing land drops too, so this is actually not so bad. Not so bad at all. I have now 2 castables, and if I get a third land, I have 2 additional castables. Maybe even 3 if I get a forest as the third land. Plunderer, okay, this is a good blocker on the Plunderer, no problem with that. They can't actually attack. Right. Let's just do this. So my deck has 15 lands and 15 spells. 50% chance to draw lands. I'm up against black and white. Okay, but I will exile that once I can. I think it's better. I mean, if I let them untap, they can start sacking this stuff. I need to exile it. I'm happy about the land draw for sure, because they could have gotten some extra cards. I do hope they have no means to deal with the tether. Yeah, the Outlaw Medic was pretty good one here. I think they maybe should have considered attacking with the Vault Plunderer, because trading with the Medic wouldn't be the worst thing, because this already gave them a card and it would be nice for them to free up the attacks for these other guys. The Arings isn't really a good blocker. But I guess I'm happy they did not attack, because I drew the land anyway. That's one reason for them not to attack, because they saw I'm stuck at 2 lands and they didn't want to give any additional draw steps. Well, not draw steps, but actual draws. So they have options they have been wasting, not wasting, but using up their timeout. So what is the difficult decision they are making here? Well, they have to make up their mind. Okay, Ruthless Lawbringer, which destroys, doesn't exile, so no matter what they choose. Oh, they can actually choose to get the Mystical Tether, which means I need to now... Okay, they didn't have a swamp here. I need another land so that I can use the Lassoed by the law here. Unfortunate. Not much to do, I'm just gonna go with the... Holy Cow. And as long as they don't get another swamp, they can only sack 1 creature. But yeah, they can. Yeah, if they sack the Link Breaker, they actually do get the free 1/1 lifelinker too. Alright, so they went for that. So if they now have a swamp after this, it's bad for me. If they don't... Okay, I think that was an unnecessary risk. They definitely should have used the Baron Bertram, Greywater. Because they would have gotten guaranteed value out of the Link Breaker. And there is the land. So, I guess I can attack in the air. 1/1 will be a very good blocker on one of the Vault Plunderers too. Let's see if they have another way to free up the Baron Bertram. My Arings hasn't done much, but it doesn't actually matter. The situation is fairly okay now. They do have 6 cards in their hand, and it seems all of them are spells. That I can just... I could double block it with the 1/1, but I'm just gonna do that. Although, you know, they might have a means to bring the Lawbringer back, and then they can again save the get the bottom Bertram back. But can I just keep taking the damage here? The Arynx is a really bad attacker, even though it can get first strike. I don't know if I'm really gonna tap my guys. Okay, I hope they don't get it back. If they have like a random trick. Okay, well, now we'll see if they have a graveyard recursion there. Well, we don't necessarily see it right now, but we could see it. We can get a 5-5. Yeah, they do. Alright. So they're gonna get their Bertram back. Annoying. But oh well. Don't know if that's gonna... We can't tap this, but let's make a 5-5 on the next turn by plotting this guy. So yeah, they will sack the Link Breaker most likely. Eat the Lassoed by Law. I'm also taking some damage here. They could even attack with both Plunderers and the Shepherd, of course. I would be taking 6 after gaining 1. They could even attack with the Link Breaker. I mean, the entire team could attack. It wouldn't be a bad move for them. This is +2/+2, and the full steam ahead is sadly on the bottom of the deck, so I cannot rely on that to surprise win somehow. Okay, I guess I can play my stuff on the next turn. They are stuck at only 1 swamp though. I guess I can draw my Mythic Angel. That would help a little bit. I don't know how much it would. It would help a little bit. It's a 3/5 flyer after all. It's decent stat wise. And I guess I can lively dirge. So they are not gonna go for the Ruthless Lawbringer, but they're gonna get something. Either they're gonna dose. Okay, well, we'll see. Link Breaker. Okay, they're gonna get a Vault Plunderer again and the Link Breaker. Alright, alright. I get some useless lands. Well, guess I'm still going to... I mean, the only chance I win here is that I somehow get to deal the extra damage with the Gold Rush and hope that they are just gonna gamble. Because I think like the Holy Cow is my only chance. I have the Sterling Keykeeper to tap some of the stuff, but you know, the Free Strider Commando, it's not gonna ever, because it doesn't get trample in any way. I don't think my deck, the only way to make the trample happen is the full steam ahead, which is on the bottom of the deck thanks to the mulligan. This would be a fantastic game to draw it, of course. Full steam ahead also limits the number of blockers to 1 per creature, so that would actually win the game if I had it as a possible draw, but it's not a possible draw at all. So this can deal 5 on the next turn with the Gold Rush. Well, it's nowhere near enough. But they don't have a good attacker. I guess they can use the 3/2 they have to kill my Free Strider Commando. At this point it might even be better for them. But of course they can have a handful of tricks here. But no, they attack. No, yeah, they do attack with everything, which makes it very easy for me to... I have to block, of course, these 3 power creatures because I can't take all the damage in the air. So let's see what's their trick. I have my Gold Rush here. I don't want to use it defensively, but of course I have to if they have something that, you know, makes using it worthwhile. This really smells like the 2-2 flying lifelinker. That's gonna finish off the commander right now. Yep. Rooftop assassin it is. So that's also a lifelinker. So my last chance to hope to win went there. The prairie dog isn't gonna help too much. I guess I can use the gold rush to trade with that thing. I'm gonna maybe try that, although this might be a little bit foolish. Well, I can tap the assassin, I can take the shepherd. I mean, whatever, I'm doing this. I guess I hope they attack block with the assassin and then I can just kill it. Like this. No, they have something. Well, they never run out of cards because of the old stuff there. Alright, the game is over after that. I know my holy cow survives, but there's no way I can beat them. They have too much stuff going on. Alright, recursion, a lot of card draw. Yeah, they have the card draw. I have like these high impact cards that I need to draw. They also have the take up the shield, which I cannot really prepare for in any way. The lullaby, I don't even think it matters. They have a cards that make my medic good, but also I think I need more flyers. I'm gonna take the Sterling supplier, and I maybe cut like the reach for the sky. Yeah, probably. I'm on the play, so I'm not going to go for another medic on the play. Maybe on the draw if I happen to win this game. Yeah, this is the sideboarding. I try to win with the full steam ahead or with my flyers, removing some of their key things, but they have means to bring their stuff back. Alright. I get to keep a hand, but it's not great until I draw a third land, which helps me with the scry to maybe find the fourth one too. But I do have the prairie dog, and there's also this nice little synergy between the prairie dog and the holy cow. Even if I have the third land, I can just pass the turn. Getting the counter, and still use my mana on their turn. This time they still didn't find. Okay, that was an important draw here. So now I have a 3-3 lifelinker and a flyer to pressure them a little bit. I also have the full steam ahead here. Alright, Varmint I don't care about. I really want to just draw a land, because then I could plot this thing and this would pick up a fourth counter. The Varmint is useless. That's nice. So I can do exactly this. And of course, the full steam ahead can end the game quite quickly. I also drew the third plains. And remember, I kept a starting hand with 1 plains, 1 forest, and I already have the Archangel of Tithes as a possibility here. Now, this works so that when this is attacking, the creatures have to pay for blocking, but of course this won't be attacking this turn. I am not sure if I should trade with the Prairie Dog type, because I'm pretty sure they will go with the Plunder and the Frontier Seeker for the blocks. That doesn't really benefit me too much. When I have the full steam ahead in my hand, I mean, I should do it on the next turn. So, I mean, I should do the full steam ahead on the next turn. Because now I can do this, and I can just play this. So this could be just a lethal attack. It really depends on how they use their mana. They might use the Sterling Keykeeper to tap something down. which means that I might not care about. Yeah, when they have open mana, I should not use full steam ahead, especially because I can just play a creature. Don't think I'm gonna go with Prairie Dog. Okay, let's just do this. I'm still, progressing here by attacking for 2 in the air. It doesn't seem like they have any instant there. I'll keep the land in my hand just in case I have to discard to some effect. Now that's one extra card, a creature that is gonna benefit from the full steam ahead. I might go for it, because they basically have to sack their team. And also take a ton of trample damage. I don't know if the low amount of toughness they have even matters. But of course, let's see what they do, how much mana they're gonna have. Rambling Possum. Okay, so I think I still can just wait. I think they might be flooding out. And I might just win with the full steam ahead. But then again, I can also use the Possum here. And I'm gonna attack with the Medic here. I don't mind if they trade with it or use a removal spell or trick or whatever. That doesn't really matter. I get to draw a card, and that's nice. I didn't expect them to actually block there. If they have nothing, that would be not a very good trade for them. It's only 1 damage here. So let's hope they don't have like a rat effect, which is, possible for these colors. But I guess we'll see now. Well, not now, it's an instant rat, so I will see it on my turn. Okay, just a Vault Plunderer. Now that means that I'm gonna go for the full steam ahead now. They can use maybe 2 of their mana to tap one of the things, but it won't matter. Yeah, especially because I have nothing else to do with my mana. There's no reason to crew anything. Nope. Let's do this, and this is probably game over. I don't know what they could have to prevent this attack from being just beyond lethal. Just for fun, let's say the best bet is to tap the commando because it's highest power. Then this is like 6, 10, 15, 18, 23 trample damage versus their 4 toughness. So yeah, they would take 19, go to -10. Any reason to... No, I don't really like the 1-for-1s when they have the Vault Plunderers and whatnot in there. This is, by the way, a matchup where I wouldn't mind having access to 2 full steam aheads, because this kind of a stalemate seems like a common occurrence. That's also the reason I sideboarded it in the extra flyer, this Sterling Supplier, because I don't think I have an easy way to punch through the ground there. So what is bad in here? I think the Arranges aren't very good, but of course I'm playing them because I might even see a Wily Duke or the Miriam, which I haven't seen yet. Yep. Yeah, the Wanted Griffin, good to have a flyer. I guess one thing I could consider doing is to cut a land. I'm on the draw anyway. To add a spell, because I would lose a game where I flood out. So maybe I could gamble a bit with that. I think I would cut a forest, because I need only 1 forest here after all, but I might need 3 planes. So actually, let's try it. It's a bit of a risky taking, but I feel like I'm not the favorite in this matchup, and I'm gonna replace it with the Outlaw Medic just to have, a card draw. I suppose the Commando is like okay, but it doesn't seem like it's great against them. I'm gonna play another Medic. Okay, the Varmint actually... Okay, let's do one more change. I think the Varmint is not doing nothing. I'm gonna play the Commando in its place. Alright, I think it's fine. Because I didn't see enchantment-based removal from them, and Well, I mean, even with 16 lands, it's not that likely to have a one-lander here. There is the full steam ahead as well. Now I have only 6 forests in the deck. Man, why are these starting hands so nasty? If I could draw, change any of these cards into one extra land, even if it's just the plains, I think I would just keep it. Because I would have at least one holy cow. At least one 2-drop. I'm gonna have to go to 6 here, yeah. Okay, but where are my creatures now? I have the full steam ahead, but no creatures. Oh man, this is horrible. I'm gonna cut the land. Because I don't wanna cut my removal and this is gonna be a long game, so I don't wanna have excess lands here. Wow. If I knew I'm gonna draw 2 of my remaining 5 forests, I would have definitely put a forest on bottom. So they go for the aggression here. Well, they go for the skies there, of course. I think I'm gonna actually get rid of the saddle fella here to deny them the skies. Doesn't really matter too much whether the creature is a 1 or 2 toughness. I guess it does matter a little bit for the lassoed by the law, but then again that can attack as a first striker. Right, well, this could still work well. I can take 3 in here and I have actually, still a removal spell and I have a creatures to attack with. Oh, they had a good draw. Oh boy. Well, the thing is, I can still get rid of this guy, but I also need... Yeah, I can't double spell here. I can't even play both Miriam and the Medic. I can't also let them untap with this and get value out of their thing. So let's do this, and I'm gonna have to take 4, unfortunately. And they're gonna just pump this guy. So I might as well deal 1 damage. If they trade, I'm very happy actually. But they're gonna pump these and I wouldn't be blocking anyway, so I might as well do the 1 damage. So they did have enchantment-based removal. Ooh, Arynx with Miriam, that is very nice. Sadly, I can only play 1 spell at a time. I think the best bet is to play the Griffin here. They have removal on the Griffin. Well, if it's an exile-based removal, I'm still not dying. I don't know why did I play this pre-combat. Roof the bat. Yeah, that was. Oh, they didn't block. What the heck? I tapped out and they chose not to block. Okay, I'm still in a bad spot here if they have like anything to deal with the Griffin. Alright. Maybe they don't. There is a chance. If they flood out a little bit, I have a chance. Especially with that. Now, imagine if this plains was on the battlefield right now. What I could do here. I could do wonders. I'm gonna play the medic. I might need to gain the life. So, and now I'm not gonna attack. I need to just stay alive. And of course I have a good 2-drop here. A 2-drop, I mean double block on the Lawbringer. Now if I could just find the plains, the Miriam and Arynx could be played on the same turn, then I could play the Shepherd, which is gonna pick me, well, something that's gonna be in the grave. This is not pickable. Oh, the... Why? Why and why? They should attack with both, by the way, yeah. So I sideboarded out my thing that destroys enchantments because I had not seen anything. I like this, I don't think, unless I'm forgetting something. Alright, I'm gonna have the tapper here. That will be more important to have around if they play like a flyer. But yeah, now they start getting their 2 for 1s. This is so great for them. I wasn't winning this game when they had all this stuff, unless they really get unlucky and... yeah, if they really get unlucky and... I have to think here a little bit. And you know, just hit a massive pocket of lands. Right, I will tap the Plunderer. I want to have the R-rings here. Because I need it. I don't know, do I need it? I can use the Sever to... Alright, you know what I'm doing? I'm not gonna tap anything. Oh, they're having priority. They do have a stupid trick of some kind. Oh, that's annoying. But I have to make them use the tricks. It's not like I can... Yeah, I'm just... Because the Shepherd here can bring back any of those creatures that are on the battlefield. They are all mana value 3 or less. So if I can make my Aring survive this turn, I can even get the tempo. Okay, they play a land. That is good news. That means they have at least, you know, a lot of lands in their hand. Well, they have drawn at least a lot of lands. Okay, they go for that, which is odd-ish. I guess it doesn't matter. They didn't need this to be a blocker and they were never attacking with that guy. Alright, I'm getting my tapper back. Do they have a... Okay, they did not actually have anything. Okay. I'm gonna do... Okay, this thing does have... It doesn't matter, I'm still doing this just in case. Immediately. I wanna have my tapper here. That's important when they have potentially some evasive creature. So am I attacking with both? I think I need to win before they get the rest of their stuff. So this is 7 damage in fact. I didn't want to saddle anything because I want to have 2 blockers just in case. Okay, so I might actually... It seems like they have actually nothing. So unless they draw something very... Okay, they just have a land. Well, like I said, I can win if they had a good, you know, run of good cards, but then they just started drawing lands. I can assume they have like at least 2 lands in here. Maybe they have a trick of some kind. The lifelink, you know, indestructible +1/+1 counter trick would not do too much to them right now. Although they did not use it for the Vault Plunderer either. But as you can see, this is 8 lands. They have 22 cards left in the deck. And assuming they have at least maybe 1 or 2 lands in their hand, could be 3. They drew more than 50% lands. So even though I got some nasty starting hands, I drew what I needed here. Alright. I'm keeping it because now I have a 2-drop guaranteed. And if I draw any land in top 3 cards, I can play this. And I have no Ender's tapped lands in the deck either. But this is a 17 land deck, so... Well, I got there and got even the green for the Wily Duke, so... All is good now, but... I'd like to just have a starting hand that doesn't need to hope to get something specific. That said, I got also the Drover Grizzly for the Duke. So we'll see. Okay, the opponent has no issues getting their colors. Not that the bandit wouldn't. Wait a minute, why did you... I guess they could have saved the mana, but maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, so I kind of want to have a 3/3 here. I want to also play the Grizzly, you know, because next turn I can start doing that stuff. But I like the idea of making this into a 3/3, which is better blocker, and also have the 2/2 flyer here. So I think I'm gonna wait with the Wily Duke Grizzly combination. Ooh, the key to the vault. That is a card that, I mean, it doesn't enhance any creature stats, but I need to be careful to not let them connect with that guy ever. So far, that's doable because I have the means here to. Yeah, I can have the Griffin. I have the means to block that thing. So I should play the Drover Grizzly right now, then this on the next turn and immediately go for the saddle. I could also be mana efficient, but the thing is that even if I draw a land on the next turn, I cannot double spell. So I might as well do the Grizzly in the Wily. I'm not going to block with the cow here, so I'm going to attack with the cow. And I'm gonna play decently. Of course, if they deal with the prairie dog, I do have to block the sheriff with the grizzly, and I can forget about the Wily Duke doing anything else than being a blocker, which is fine. Okay, they are not getting a card with that. Okay, I suppose they are happy to get rid of my lifelinker, especially if they have a trick here. They just played this pre-combat, so if this cannot really be the +1/+1 counter. This would be horrible. Steer clear. Oh, but they don't have a mount. What is going on? Opponent. Let's check something. 38 cards remaining in the deck. So now this opponent has made some crazy mistakes and they are playing way more than 40 lands. I'm still not in the clear. Funnily, I also drew a third forest instead of my third place to not make the Archangel castable, but no, I have to be careful. I have to be careful. I kind of need to deal with all of these when they keep equipping. I think this is the turn when I'm just gonna go with the Griffin here. I'm gonna trade the Griffin away. Because I want to get one card drawn. I can. Hopefully they didn't. Okay, this is fine. More creatures. Just equipping, okay. Another holy cow. Now it is time to play Wily Duke and hoping to draw land. Although if I draw a spell, that's not the end of the world either. That's a good spell to have around. Can bring back a bunch of stuff. This time I think I'm not attacking with anything. Look at my hand. I have the game in the... and I have this card drawing combination. So if they attack with the dog or lock, I'm just gonna double block with the cow and the 1/1. Yeah. This is going to be pretty nasty for the opponent to deal with. And because I do have the shepherd, I might even... No, I'm just gonna play very safe at this point. I'm attacking here for 2, play the Archangel here. Yeah, I will be winning if this goes on. Of course I have the full steam ahead, which I can just, you know, launch very soon. It seems like the opponent is drawing just lands there or something. So now I could... This is 7, I can't... yeah, I can... I'm gonna leave this as a jump blocker against the key to the vault in case they don't block at all. But now I'm gonna go for this. Okay. So if I'm going to go for the shepherd, well, this is only 1 power. If they get connected with the 1 power creature using the key to the vault, that's not such a big deal. But yeah, this doesn't now return the thing to the battlefield because I don't control a mount. I guess I could take the prairie dog and cast it, but I think the only thing I'm losing now is the wrath effect. So I'm gonna play this because I don't want to necessarily play anything to the battlefield. Sterling supplier. I also don't want to show the full steam ahead because then they know to play around it in the next game, and they even just they can't even block because of the angel. They have no mana left, so this is just game over. This says that when this is attacking, their blocks cost 1 per block. They had no mana. And you know, of course, even if they could block here, they would still take lethal damage. Alright, so like a 40-50 card deck, something like that. They used a steer clear on my 3-3 when they didn't have a mount. Where the 2 damage didn't matter because it was already gonna be trading with the whichever 3-3 it was. So what do I learn here about their deck? I'm not sure if I need to be very defensive. So if I take the medic away, the 5-5 might be more worthwhile card. I don't think I need the Sterling supplier, but I will leave the reach for the sky. I don't think I need this. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, my starting hands keep being weird, but I must mulligan. There's no risky keep here. It's just a bad hand, and they are at 6-2, but this is weird. Keep this, lose the reach for the sky. Well, again, I am drawing what I need, at least so far. Okay. Pretty important draw now. 2-drop or a land. Those are what I'm looking for. Land it is. Stagecoach security. They have a fast start here, of course, because they have this discount here. But I will use my removal on the security. I'm just thinking here that, yeah, okay, these guys will be +1/+1 vigilance. Well, I'm taking 5 on the next turn. It's totally something I can do. I will want to do the scry though, so I'm just gonna go for the holy cow, trying to get a land here. Well, I'm gonna keep that because I have my one of my mounts in here. So, and I just got, of course, two life too. So when they play this thing, I'm only at 7. I'm still at 17. So. Alright, they have that thing, all that. This thing gives vigilance, so they actually missed out on 2 damage. This could have attacked and still produced the mana. Alright. I'm going to start drawing cards, of course. I can take the security. Okay, still no land. Is there any reason to leave this as a blocker? There is like a very small reason to block the 1-1. I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I'd rather deal 2 and take the extra 1. Because I will be... interesting they didn't actually... They just played the bandit. They could have, I think, not played this to make this into a flyer. They also didn't attack with the dog Arlock. I think they want to trade with my, with my creature that can keep the Wily Duke. Drawing me cards. Right, so let's do this. I guess they didn't want to take 4 either. Now, because I drew another saddle thing. Because they can double block the Arings now, of course. Well, look at my hand. I'm gonna trade with the Dog Arlok. I'm gonna take the Scry benefit here. Prairie Dog, I like it. I don't need the 5th land immediately. Oh, they have even chose not to block. Understandable, of course, because I could have some tricks in here. Now, I think I should just slow down. I'm thinking about the Archangel, but I could just lasso by the law. Then again, look at my life total. Now, I'm gonna consider if they have the full steam ahead, or what's the +2/+2 and trample for everything. This would be 3, 6, 10, 16. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, but also their attacks cost a lot of mana now. Yeah, this makes sense because I have a 2-turn clock. There's no need to use removal here. Now they have their blocker in the air. I'm just gonna gain a life and draw a card. That sounds fun. Alright, let's do the lasso thing on the emergent haunting instead of the security. Do they have a counter spell? They did not. They have some surveillance there if they wanna use it, but... Alright. Yep. Nothing for them to do. A little bit of an easy match. They still had what? The 38 in here, 1 in exile, 2 in hand. 41 plus what's on the battlefield. I think that's like that's a 50 card deck because there's one here too. Yeah, it wasn't a challenging match, but maybe the third one will be. Well, I got lands this time, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm on the play. I have a 2-drop, and of course I have the mana for the Archangel, so the other way around. Now I need to not draw too many lands. The opponent went for the mulligans though. This is a 40 card deck I'm against, so could be a challenging match, and especially will be challenging if I flood out. But also this thing, if they can't remove it, can help me. Ooh, what a draw. I can actually go for this turn too. Well, they're playing red, so this could just be burned many times, but if they are not gonna burn it, I'm in a very good shape. Alright, they're gonna go for... Yeah, this is going to be such a great start. Just a highway robbery. I even get the Scry here and an extra counter, of course. No to lands. I think I'm gonna say yes to that. The problem is that Blue Red can really spot remove most of my guys, but I don't think I need to have many guys alive for this to do a lot of work because I'm having this such a great start. Now they need to remove... If they can remove both, it's annoying. If they only remove one of them, that's fine. And it's also possible they cannot remove a guy and, you know, play a creature. So I can, in that case, keep dealing damage, and of course the Archangel will be happening on the next turn. Okay, that goes on top. I'm going to have it on top. Because you can choose to not have it on top, of course. But I think it's worth it. With the Archangel, they are gonna... this was just a 1-for-1. Tempo-wise also. Oh, another color. Now I have a 10 damage with the full steam ahead, so that's not lethal yet. Naturalist makes the Miriam unable to attack. Well, it can attack, but I won't. Oh, they have a Calamity here. They didn't mill a land, so they all got a treasure, which could be good for them, because now they can actually play another spell too. Just a Burrowfiend though. Oh, they cannot actually attack. Let's not forget this thing. As long as Archangel is attacking, creatures can't block unless the controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. So these are unblockable now. It's not lethal attack even with the full steam ahead though. It gives an opportunity to block, but they don't have any mana, so they cannot actually block. It would cost mana to do that. So they go to 6 now. And then I can play the Arings. And well, depends on what they're gonna have there. I guess it's possible they have something that makes the full steam ahead not win. But if they basically tap out on stuff, that's gonna be very bad news for them. If they pass with all the mana up, well, they did not. So I didn't have to, figure out what they might be holding. This is a very scary card, Calamity. Also, I don't understand what the green is for, because based on this, I guess there's like a possibility it's a red-green deck splashing for blue. If they're splashing for Seize the Secrets and the Jailbreak scheme. It's not an impossible idea. These are kind of splashable cards if you need some playables. I'd rather not splash these kind of cards, but maybe they needed the playables. Alright, Calamity. I at least have a bunch of answers for it. The Mystical Tethers can even be cast on their turn. If I have the 5 mana and Lash Out by the Law deals with that thing cleanly, I think I might still consider the Lullaby on the draw. Also, it's nice to deal with the Burrow Fiend, which can get quite large. I think against red-green, the Outlaw Medic isn't that exciting. It's a bit small. I'm gonna play the Lullaby. I also like the Reach for the Sky in this matchup, and the Commando. The Watermint, not so good against red-green. It will trade, well, only with like the Mind Raider. I'd rather have more big things. I'm playing the Gold Rush still, I think. But yeah, let's have the Commando. I don't think I want to play a 5 mana 3/4 when they can play 5 mana 5/4 Tramplers and stuff like that. I don't think this is still gonna be that great. 15 creatures, maybe if I had like 18 to 19 creatures, this might make some sense, but I'm not playing it. This is fine now. These are more like 4 drops. Okay, well, this hand less good. Have I had a proper 3 to 4 land starting hand with both colors available at all in this event? I'm on the draw. I have the good 2-drop, but then it's all about drawing spells. Any extra land here will be horrible. I'm gonna mull this. This is better if by the way, still a 5-lander. If I get one of my mounts for this thing. Okay, any non-land will be a nice draw. Sentry. Well, I have the flyers in here to bypass that. Although they might make it 4 power or some other 4 power creature to enable the attacks. Alright, well, no. Oh, come on, what I guess they didn't need a blue spell here, but it's pretty annoying still. I'm actually going to tether this guy, because they would be getting a treasure, and I know I could block it, but they might have a trick or removal, and then I'm taking 7 damage. They have the treasure. I'm gonna slow this down. I know they might just be able to attack with the sentry, but I don't want them to be able to attack with the 4 power creature. This thing being one of them. Okay, just a lone shark. Alright, well, Archangel of Tithes. So they had a slow turn 4, of course, but now they're gonna get a 2-for-1 with the lone shark. But now let's see if they're gonna have a removal on the Archangel, because this starts to chip away their life total and I have more flyers to follow up. Now when they play, yeah, what's the, not escalate, but I just don't remember the name of the spell, but yeah, this is going to be giving them value. Well, I'm not playing the Wily Duke, although when you cast the immortal spell, yeah, I have to deal with this before. Yeah, responding to the mortal spell is not gonna help. Riku is gonna do its thing. Oh man, I don't really want to use removal on that. But they're gonna get extra cards, potentially counters, flying tokens. Spree, is spree the correct word for the, the mechanic of this set? I think it is. Well, I'm gonna attack here regardless. I don't know how many spree spells they're gonna have, but if they have even one, they're gonna get a nice amount of value out of this. I'm gonna just get rid of this. Hope they don't have a snakeskin whale. There might be a more important thing I need to remove. Like, alright. They could have attacked with a sentry, but they chose not to. Alright. So they are not only just splashing for blue, they're in fact playing just a 3-color deck, and I have no more further removal. Even if I had a mystical tether for that, of course Burning Pole is just very sick because they get the 2 massive things. And removing one of them is only, not gonna help too much. Alright, Bonnie Paul. I need to win quickly, which means I will have the full steam ahead. I still don't need my small creatures because they have these kind of blockers. I need all the Air Force though. Of course Bonnie Paul has reach because that's important to be very good. With very good abilities. No lullabies here because I'm just gonna have to be the aggressor. So Sterling is a supplier. Then I'm thinking about this, which in theory could be a little larger. This is early in the game. This is not great. This can be good later in the game if I have a bunch of creatures. 16 creatures in the deck. I do like the Gold Rush though. That helps me maybe to push through in some situations. Yeah, I do like the flyers, the reach for the sky. I do think I don't need the Sheriff. I don't know what good would it do to me. Unless I want to risk again and play with 16 lands, but I will be on the play this game. This will be the last game of the event. Let's actually see if I can go 2, 3, 4 with a good starting hand. I'm gonna have 17 lands to make that a possibility. Okay. I might not be able to get that Archangel, but I do have a 4-drop here regardless. And another one, alright. So let's see how can I push through here early, or do they have immediately blockers? They have a sentry. And I got lucky. This is of course an easy situation where you do not plot this thing. I get to, this is the only castable for this turn, but also I get to scry here for a potential planes. Or that. And they cannot trade. Okay, they don't have a 3-drop. Let's hope this is gonna be a counterspell. Don't. Okay. I think they're gonna have something, but of course I'm gonna try this. Scry into a supplier. Alright, the thing is I can actually have this because even if I have this uncastable, I still have the Lassoed by the Law and the Reach for the Sky as castables. Okay, they're gonna minus this guy's power, I'm guessing. They're taking 3 and I have 3 power in here. I can have a Lassoed by the Law for their whatever they're gonna cast. or the reach for the sky if they're gonna tap out and give me a... Okay, they're gonna do that. If they're gonna double block, I'm gonna reach for the sky my wanted griffin. If they're not gonna double block, well, of course. But anyway, there's no point playing the last out by the law here. That is a double block, so let's get rid of this guy. And because I have... Well, you know, I could kill both of these and draw a card immediately. But I like the damage in the air much more. So let's do this. They are, by the way, you know, missing a color and missing land drops. Now they are not missing a color anymore. But of course they are very close to losing now. I don't think there's much point in... Yeah, I'm gonna just... if I play this a 3-3, they can just block with the sentry. So let's plot it, even though that does mean I won't be able to attack with it on the next turn. Now they don't have Bonnie Paul mana. And of course I have the lassoed by the law for any kind of flyer or a reach creature such as Bonnie Paul. At least the token doesn't have reach it creates. Now they could have the blue aura that locks down the griffin. That would mean that I never get the value out of the reach for the sky. But that's pretty much one of the only things that makes this not work, you know. When this reach for the sky is put in the graveyard, I get to draw a card. So that applies even when the griffin gets exiled. But they actually had the one card. Alright. Well, I mean, the good news is I was able to deal a bunch of extra damage. The reach for the sky allowed me to deal 6 extra damage, and that is not nonsense. Also, lassoed by the law says any non-land permanent that includes the stop code. They have a highway robbery. So if they have a Bonnie Paul, I will just win. So I'm gonna because I can Holy Cow now, end of the turn, and then exile the Bonnie Paul. So it's better to not use the lassoed by the law on this thing right now. They of course have the 5/5 to worry about. They have some jump blocks here available, but they also probably know I have something here because I have 4 cards in hand and didn't play a land. So it's quite likely that I'm able to cast a lot of the spells in my deck. So they are maybe anticipating the Holy Cow, but can they do anything about it? It's actually funny. I hope that they are having a Bonnie Paul. Yeah, because I think that's almost a guarantee for victory. Not exactly. Oh, or I think it is actually, because I think the land from the attack trigger is entering tapped. So yeah, they basically have to tap out for a Bonnie Paul, and I would have a 2 power in the air versus their 2 life. And I can clear away the reach creature with the lassoed by the law. That is it. I think I won the game now. Because yeah, they can attack with a 3/3, but the land enters tapped. No, it doesn't. What the heck? It doesn't enter tapped. Well, they didn't attack, so that doesn't matter. And this is now... This doesn't have ward. Nope. I didn't need to attack with the Freeze Strider commando because this actually gives the opponent the opportunity to, you know, run the timeouts away. If I just attacked with this, they wouldn't have had the opportunity to block. But anyway, I beat the Bonnie Paul, but of course the opponent missed the land drop a few times there. But I didn't never have the 3rd land for this. That said, I didn't need it, so all is fine. Okay, that was a trophy run, but the second match was a little bit of a easier one. I in the end was able to kind of do everything the deck has to offer. I was able to draw cards with the Wily Duke. I was able to use the Miriam to good effect. Not that much, but a few times. And I also was able to use the Archangel here. I was able to win with the full steam ahead. And I was able to win with the Flyers and, using the removal to control the board. And I was able to use my 2-drops for a fast start. So, had some, less than optimal starting hands, but when I had to keep a risky hand, I drew in most of the games what I needed to get the victories anyway. And that's it for this draft. I think I might still have like a couple of these, I think there are like 2 Fridays before the next set releases. And I have usually made these Outlaws of Thunder Junctions drafts to publish on Fridays, so there might be a couple of more of these. And the Modern Horizons 3 drafts are probably running as well in a different time slot. Anyway, I will hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and bye bye.